Big one. I always get asked, what's the pros, the positives of me traveling? What's the cons, the negatives if I don't travel? So I'm just going to give an insight into obviously the pros and cons from people traveling, what the benefits you get, what life skills you can gain, family travel trips, whether you're doing it with family or on your own, actually, traveling abroad or domestic, or, just travel buddies. There's many of these growing sites now about people that are looking for these travel buddies. It's a big growing sector within the travel industry. I mean, I've been in the travel industry for probably just coming up to 30 years now. And next year it's 30 years I've been doing it. And obviously I've seen some huge changes and growth and development within that travel industry. But when we're talking about the pros and cons, for some people that haven't travelled are reluctant to travel, and there's those people that are hooked. Why? What's the difference? Because I can only give you my opinion and what I feel about it, that travelling is a transformative experience. It gives you the power to broaden horizons, broaden perspectives. Controversially, the negatives of not travelling can result in missed opportunities, stagnation as an example, limited overview on things. So what I want to do is I want to delve into both sides of it, in a light-hearted way, given the numerous benefits of travelling. And then secondly, I'll talk about the cons of not travelling. The first one for me, I think, is languages, societies. It's all about growth. It's all about learning. It's all about development, right? The more we learn, the more we grow, the more we grow, the more we learn. It's a vicious circle. And personal growth, where people can broaden their horizons, their comfort zones. I was always taught, do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. But, that's the military in me, I suppose. But just broadening comfort zones is amazing, because then you can look back with great achievement, So, on a personal growth, it's broadening horizons, comfort zones, but big one, goals. A lot of people's goals are set towards the reward for achieving their goal as travel. So it was usually, my dream vacation is this, my dream holiday is this. So it's goals, development, expanding your comfort zone, broaden your horizons. Relationships, doing it with partners builds a foundation of great memories where you can look back and with photographs, videos, or the mental image, and remember the times that we had and what we did. The last two are the big ones. Stress. You see, stress and well-being is, in my opinion, the big one. Ill health, and consequently death, is connected. Apart from later in life, there is a connection. Let me rephrase myself. There is a connection to ill health and death, to stresses and pressures. If you imagine that you're on holiday now, and you know that your next one is already taken care of, or the next two are already taken care of, or the next 2 years are already taken care of, and that gives you less internal stresses just knowing when the next break is. A lot of people, they work and they work, but we don't work. Sorry, we don't live just to work, do we? We work so we can live. My point is if you know that the next trip, if you know the next travel, if you know the next vacation, while you're on vacation is already taken care of, just imagine what that can do for de-stresses, no pressures, and enlightening, and the reconnection, because you and the partner know that you'll be on the next trip very soon. Incidentally, there's a pinned description, there's a pinned comment, in the description. And that comment, in that pinned description, there is a link for you to a 7-minute masterclass insight into how our clients save hundreds and sometimes even thousands off the travel they do. And if you take that into consideration, if you can remove the financial side, or not remove, greatly reduce the financial side of traveling, there's no reason why you wouldn't do it more. You certainly wouldn't do it less. And that's what the thousands of clients that I've worked with in the 30 years have found with our wholesale travel, is because you can get that wholesale, you're on travel, you're disconnecting, the pressures, as we're just saying about the reconnections and disconnections from the stresses, but reconnections to those things that are important to us. To be able to do that more often because you're having such huge savings. And click the link, watch the video. If it's not for you, great. If it is for you, at least you know we can maybe meet up, have a conversation and see what happens next. The last one for the pros of the traveling for me is food. I'm a foodie. You don't get my size jogging, you get my size by making sure you're taking this substantial food. I love my food. And more importantly, I love foods of the world and different. Isn't that part of the culture? Going and immersing yourself in the local cuisine and culture and societies of travel. So the negative side, and I don't dwell on negatives, but the negative side of not traveling, well, simply is you don't get the positives, do you? But as well as that, as well as not getting the positives, the big ones, I feel, is the missed learning opportunities. I mean, how crazy is it to know that you missed out on learning opportunities? I see people that you can tell they've not broadened their horizons, they haven't traveled, they've missed those learning opportunities. And with respect, they have social isolation, they have a narrowed perspective, and they've got the lack of adventure or excitement. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing, it's not for everybody. Most people like to have a broadened horizon, an open perspective, not social isolation. As a person, naturally, we as people like to mix with other people. It's one of the important things for it. The big one is the increased stress and burnout. The big one that we do get by not traveling, the con of not traveling, is that is a major contributor to severe stress and the burnout. Regrets, well, you could say, well, I wouldn't know. You don't know if you don't know. But I know of many a person that wished they had done this or gone there when they had the chance. So in conclusion, again, just for in conclusion, please remember that link in the pinned description for the video on how to save thousands on travel. So in conclusion, the decision to travel or not is a personal choice with those consequences. While the positives of travelling encompass personal growth and cultural enrichment and a broader perspective, the negatives of not travelling involve stagnation, missed learning opportunities, and a limited worldview. I mean, I've never met anyone that says to me, I'm happy I'm narrow-minded. I meet lots of people that are pleased that they're open-minded, right? Striking a balance between the two is essential, recognizing the value of exploration and the importance of appreciating the beauty in both in the familiar and of the unknown, and ultimately embracing the positives of travel, again, domestic or international, while acknowledging the potential drawbacks of not venturing beyond one's comfort zone can lead to a more fulfilling and enriched life. So till the next one, I'm going to sign off. Speak to you soon. Be safe and happy travels.